up, guys?
What's up, bro?
Or
What's up? Okay, we are live.
it's a business.
Um, I'm just gonna do my intro real quick, and then we'll get into the questions. All right.
But
All right. Welcome to the Pompy Show. Today we have a really special guest. This happened in like fucking literally 20 minutes. We got motherfucking Witchgod in the cut. Of course, I got my co-host Hell Heaven
what's up?
and Van Cad. But let's get straight into the questions. My first question is like I ask everybody this first because it's just like it's a good starting question. When did you start making music and like why?
Well, I first really started like recording. I think it was the end of 2017, and I really first started fucking with music when I was in third grade. Me and my brothers and my mom had moved because my parents split up and moved to this new crib and went to a new school and shit. And one day I get home from school and I think Jalbot stayed home that day. And I came home and I heard like music coming from, because like the only computer we had was in my parents' bedroom. So
Yeah.
I went up in there and he was listening to Eminem and Lil Wayne drop the world. And like as soon as I heard that, I was like, I didn't, not that I didn't care about music in like any type of way, but like after I heard that shit, it like broadened my horizons. Because before that, I grew up listening to like Neo, Chris Brown,
Type shit. Type shit.
Mario, all those motherfuckers, and then really I just started going down the iceberg of just rap music in general.
That's a really good way to get into it, and I feel like
Like,
that was like a it's just a good it's a good like it's a good entrance to rap music with the rappers that you were listening to as well.
yeah,
What did your first like sound like when you were making music? Like, when did you realize that you wanted to be like kind of different and stand out and not make what like everybody else is making nowadays?
well, it's kind of like a big elaborate tree, I guess. So in like fifth grade, I found like Top Dog Entertainment with like Absol, Kendrick Lamar, fucking Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, and I listened to them for a fat minute, and then I think in my junior year, I got introduced to the underground community, like underground artists like Suicide Boys, Bones, Corbin, Lil Peep, obviously, rest in peace, and all those motherfuckers. And then I started listening to them, and they really made me want to do music because like before that it was all like big high studio shit with like Lil Wayne and stuff. But then I saw like the DIY, and I really fucked with like how like all you needed was just a simple ass setup. So in my junior year, I bought a mic, saved up, built a computer, and then I just started fucking around on Audacity.
I feel like everybody gets their start on Audacity. I started on Audacity. It's like it's really like I don't know.
It's well, obviously it's fucking free. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you're just like, because like I didn't want to like dive into it and spend a bunch of money and shit, because I was just like, oh, this is like a cool little hobby, make songs with my friends,
Yeah.
like show them and shit. And I think I dropped my first song 2018.
How did people perceive that and like think about it?
Well, at the time, I had went for my freshman and sophomore year. I went to a city school, and then we moved out to the country. And then I started going to a new school in my junior year. And me and Jalbar were like, we were all known by everyone because like we were twins, and like everyone already fucked with that. But we weren't really that social. Like we're hella introverted and shit. And like so everyone knew of us and thought we were cool and shit. And like everyone fucked with us, and we fucked with them. But we just kind of stayed to ourselves and shit. And then like when I dropped that shit, everyone was bugging, and like it was the talk of the whole school because it was a small like little country school and shit. And everyone like showed hella love on it, and like it made me want to like keep going and shit.
That's really good. I feel like your peers like response to what you're putting out is very important. I mean, it definitely doesn't like have to like, I don't know, it's not extremely important, but if they definitely like it, then it shows that, like you said, like it's gonna make you want to keep going instead of like wanting to quit.
Exactly. And then after that, I started taking it like a bit more serious than just fucking around. I was like, okay, people are fucking with this shit. So after that, after I dropped that song, me and Gelbot, and at the time we went under different names. I used to go by the name Six Sauce, Six Money Sign, No Money Sign, and that's like hella Suicide Boys inspired. So
Oh yeah.
Heard that somewhere.
yeah. So and then we were like, fuck it, let's just fucking work on an album, and then drop it. So we made like a little five track little ass tape called Thursday from Hell, and we dropped that like I think a month a month or two later, and like teachers were talking to me about it. Fucking the principal was like, "Yo, bro, this shit's sick," you know. Well, not saying like that, you know, but like everyone was fucking with it. It was like kind of the buzz of the school at the time because like I said, low country school, no one was really doing that kind of shit, and you know, it was really cool how even the adults were like fucking with it and shit.
Yeah, that's a really rare reaction. That's really cool that like, you know, even the fucking principal was fucking with it. That's really cool.
Yeah, for real.
I'm curious to like hear what kind of bands you listen to if you do listen to any kind of bands because I feel like that would portray your sound a lot better too.
Yeah, I didn't really listen to anything too intricate. Just like I fucked with Linkin Park, like obviously being young, and just like that was like really all the commercial shit and all like the pop shit was like the only thing on my radar early on. So I listened to that, but I later found Credence, Clearwater. I fucked with them heavy.
Yeah.
I listened to this band called Petite League, and that's like hella Midwest emo. And I really just started fucking with Midwest emo back then too, and that was like kind of my introduction to like American football and like all those like little bands. White Reaper too. That's a really good band.
That is.
They are a really good band. What advice do you have to people who are making music today and they don't know how to like promote? They don't know how to grow. Like, what advice do you have for the youth, let's say, that want to make music?
Yeah, that question. Fuck. Really, it's just kind of like don't worry about sounding too similar to anyone. Just don't worry about that shit. Like really, I started writing music and like not like chords or like piano shit, but I started like writing like lyrics in like fifth grade, and from like literally just doing that it was just kind of like a hobby because like I fucked with all like the like hella like woke, not like woke like politically woke type shit, but like just like being like almost like Kendrick Lamar shit, like how he's like he can tell a story and shit, and I fuck with that. But
Yeah.
for as far as like getting started though, it's really like it from the outside looking in. Back then I thought all I had to do was just get a fucking mic, like even before having a PC. But all you really need is like I started with $100 mic. Obviously I saved up a bunch of money to build a PC, but if you have like a Chromebook or a laptop or something, and like at first I didn't even have an audio adapter. So, and the audio adapter I ended up buying was like $20. So really, all you need is like a low ass laptop, cheap ass mic, and a cheap adapter, and you can just really start going from there. It's really not that hard.
I like that, man.
That's a really good message. I really like that message.
Yeah.
When did you cuz you mentioned earlier that like when you first started youth league, you're like, okay, this is the hobby. I'm going to make music for fun sometimes. When did you like make the jump from like I want this to be a hobby to like, okay, I kind of want to do this shit full time?
Shit. Well, so I started dropping shit in high school, and I just kept dropping stuff, and like it didn't get any plays or anything. Sorry, I'm tired. What was the question again?
No, you're good. You said earlier in the interview that you started making music as a hobby. When did you make the jump from it wanting to be a hobby to you
Right.
like going full?
So really, as soon as like, cause I used to do like the Suicide Boys funk type shit, and then I got my Jailbot bought FL, and then I just started fucking with that shit, making like more, what's the word? Just fucking around with different type beats, and then like I found the whole witch house scene and like Salem, Cemetery, Crimes, White Ring, E Death, shout out E Death, and I was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just making music as just kind of like a hobby right now, so what's the harm in me trying to do some other type shit, some new like because like as soon as I found all that music, it like completely like refreshed my drive. So I just started making that type of shit, and I remember I'd found Trucker early on, and like I had made the original Witchgod tape, which I think I took that down from my SoundCloud, but it's out there on YouTube and shit. I was like, hey, because he had posted on his story, he was like, I'm looking for artists who want to join my group, and I was like, hey, I just made all these songs, let me send you some, tell me if like I'm up to par. And I sent them to him, and he was like it's a little too mainstream, with that Finnish accent. He's like, it's a little too mainstream and a little too pop, but it's cool, so we can add you. So I was like, okay, cool. Oh, yeah. So I dropped that tape, and that kind of like, he kind of put me on because he was like the figurehead. And from there I was like, okay, well, let me try doing some more black metal influence shit. So I'd found this producer, I don't know if you know of him, but Bleak Datura. He produced my first real big song, Black Cadillac. And then that song just fucking like blew up. And then from there I was like, okay, this is like actually doing something other than getting like, in the past like 50 plays, barely any likes. So then I made fucking Wishbone, and then I made Big Bank, and then motherfucker like all those 3 songs for real took off. And then like Lil Boudang hit me up, and he was like, yo, this is fire, how do you mix? And then usually like motherfuckers charge, and like, oh, like, and they're like pretentious, and they don't want to give out sauce. But I was like, fuck it, I already knew Lil Boudang from like being in the funk scene, so I just helped him out. And then I did a song with him, and like really as soon as the song started like catching on to people, and like I started getting more followers, more streams, and all that shit, I was like, okay, it's time to get going with this shit for real.
That's a really good come-up story. I feel like every artist that gets started, they meet somebody, and like they like, I don't know, like that, like they just start working together and shit. Like I had encounters like that, and it's a really good thing.
I like that. It's a show of community, finding peace with each other. I like that.
Yeah, and like just people being like you make good music, and like not being like, this is my throne and I'm not gonna like reach, like for real, just reaching a hand down and being like I fuck with you, let's see if this will do anything. And that's really how it all came to be.
That's a really chill way to come at things.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinions on TikTok?
I personally don't really fuck with TikTok like that. Like I don't even have it on my phone. I've never, well, just like fucking around, like making stupid ass videos. Like at the old property I used to live at in the woods, I had like 30 plus chickens in like a coop, and I used to go in there and make retarded ass like bird videos and shit. So that's like my only experience with TikTok like that. But I know there's people who post my music on there, so shouts out all those people.
Fuck yeah.
I like that, man. Is there a song that you think like changed your sound, man?
Fucking Black Cadillac, and like at first that's all I really wanted to do as far as sound wise. But then I realized like obviously like early on in those days it was like the big Cemetery clone wave, and like people DMing me with like death threats about your music fucking sucks, you quit, you're trash, all this other shit. So that kind of made me like branch out and start doing like more like not singing shit, but like, songs like what's that fucking song, like Tear the World Apart, fucking FaceTime, like all those type of shits. And like I thought it'd be cool if I incorporated like kind of like the vocal delivery with like those type of things, because no one was doing that, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let me just see what this does, and those songs took off too. So
That's sick, man. That's sick. I kind of expected that sort of answer.
yeah, thank you.
Is there any like witch house artists that you want to like give commemoration to because you think they're different right now? Like, there's a lot of different ones right now. I feel like you have a good opinion on.
As far as people in the scene, Early Grave, obviously, like me and him are working on shit right now. He's the fucking goat. Hella nice guy. Obviously, I gotta shout out Jailbot, you know, my twin brother and shit, you know. Fucking E_death. I just found her. She's fucking sick. You listen. She's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I gotta give flowers to Cemetery, because he's for real the one who brought that sound pretty much back. Because Salem was like dead before that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Salem.
Fuck yeah. I like that. Those are a lot of good artists. Very good artists.
For real.
How do you like, what's your process when you're making a song? Like, what do you do first, and like how long does it usually take to like finish a song?
A song, so it really just starts with the beat, obviously, and like sometimes I'll just make a song and like I can tell it's nothing special, but there's sometimes where I just feel like not to sound corny or anything, but like I feel like God channels through me, and like literally I don't even have to write anything. I know exactly what to say on the beat.
I get exactly what you mean. That's not corny at all. It makes sense, yeah.
And then as far as how long a song takes, if it's just like a song that I'm just like making just for the hell of it, anywhere like as short as 30 minutes. Like as far as getting the beat, recording, and then mixing it, like it doesn't take too long for me, just because I'm really I know how to use the program I use and shit.
It's sick.
Do you think SoundCloud is dead? And if it is dead, do you think it could ever come back?
It's definitely not dead. It kind of goes in waves, like the ocean and shit. Like, you know, like a wave will crash, like a wave will start to rise, and then it'll crash. But then right after that, there's another wave.
Do you think it will be like that forever?
I think so. Like SoundCloud really, like a lot of big names in music came up from SoundCloud. Like the whole Florida scene, like Kodak, fucking obviously X, Ski Mask, and like that whole sound, for real. I don't think it'll ever die. I think it'll always be a hub of innovation.
Makes total sense. I mean, everybody is just so creative nowadays. We have like 13-year-old kids just like snapping on things.
For real, it's beautiful to see. It's almost like a full circle thing.
I agree 100%.
Me too.
Do you think that the mainstream scene is lacking, or do you think that, you know, they're doing their own thing, and, you know, we got our own thing going on in the underground?
I don't really fuck with anything mainstream, just because it's like it's literally the same song over and over, the same chords, the same beat. It's like it's for a wash. Like I obviously when I was younger I used to listen to mainstream shit, but every time I work at my work, they play fucking like the greatest hits of the 2000s, and it's like every song is like the same fucking thing, and it honestly go crazy. Like when I'm working the night shift, like I can't take it.
I understand that. There's been like lawsuits over this shit like all the time, like people just like, because it's literally the same chords over and over again, like, and there's like hundreds of songs exactly like it.
Yeah, and people like big time in the mainstream, everyone's super pretentious, and like it's all fake. The music scene is all fake. Someone could be showing you love, but just, you know, talking shit behind your back.
Exactly. How do you feel about like labels? Like, do you think that they like, I don't know, like make artists less creative or tie them down, or do you think that they're a good thing and that they could rise artists up?
They can definitely bring you to a bigger audience, obviously. But I think labels are really a death trap for artists because, like, your album can get shelved. They can just put you on the back burner. They also the whole music industry in like that sense is pretty dark because, like, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the train's passing by in the background. But
Briefly.
yeah, no, it's for real a death trap because like labels will like give their artists drugs and like it's just hella dark. I don't like it. I like if a label ever hits me up, it's no, it couldn't be me.
I understand that completely. It's just a scary thing to even think about as an artist at all.
Yeah, like even if it's like a good deal of money, like I've always like I'm a very spiritual person. Like I'll never sell my soul for music or for not for music but for money. Like nothing can buy me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Are there any collectives or labels that you do fuck with though?
Shit, I fuck with 44 Angels. They're a bunch of young ass kids doing their thing, bro. They're hella chill. I talk with them. Yeah, that's like as far as the underground scene. Them, I obviously fuck with Bass Boys, Acid Soldier, fucking Chris Easy, all them boys. They're hard.
Fuck yeah.
Collectives. I mean, just from childhood, I still love Top Dog Entertainment. As far as the collective goes, Black Hippie. Fucking what else? There's a few more. Glow Gang, duh. Fucking already know. But that's pretty much it as far as collectives go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot more solo artists.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people just doing their own thing in their own ways right now.
Yeah.
Have you done any shows?
Not yet, but I got some shit in the works.
What's your perspective on that? Are you scared to go on stage, or you feel like nah, these people are here to see me, like they're gonna fuck with me?
Exactly. Fucking like I for real can't wait because it's like I get people who hit me up all the time, like almost every other day, like, bro, come to state XYZ, come perform here. I can get all my homies to come out. I got people in Chicago hitting me up saying, yo, come out, and all that type of shit.
How does that make you feel, like, confidence-wise, when you get messages like that?
It's definitely an ego boost, but I try to humble myself and not try to let the tiny amount of fame or, like, image that I have get to my head, because I got lost in the sauce early on with that shit, and I got, like, hella bitter.
We all do. I feel like we've all made that mistake at some point. I feel like the 2017, 2018, like, SoundCloud rap scene where all the rappers were on their stories just doing whatever the fuck all the time, like, flexing crazy shit. I feel like that showed a lot of the new generation not to do that, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays are humbled. There definitely are a lot of ego-ridden artists, and, like, if you hit people up, like, I don't know, some people are gonna always be egotistical, but that's just how the world works.
100%.
I want to ask, are there any art forms other than music you've explored?
Yeah, I can't name any, like, artists off the top of my head as far as, like, paintings and shit. I think nature is my biggest inspiration. Like the times when I have the most ideas for music is like after I get back from like either a camping trip or just like being outside. Like there's definitely a resonance that I feel. I really fuck with videography. Like me and Jalbot film our own music videos for each other, and like I have a lot of like fuck around edits that I've done with like that type of shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you just kind of fucked around and messed with everything. That's really cool. You're not limiting yourself to one thing, and I feel like that's what all artists need nowadays.
Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff is a breath of fresh air. Like you can't if you're boxed in, you're gonna suffocate.
That is a very true statement.
I feel that, man.
What's like a dream producer collab for you? Like if this one person sent you beats, like you'd freak out.
That's a really good question. Shit, I really fuck with Harlow Rhodes production. He's coded at that shit.
I love Harlow.
White Armor, fucking Clams Casino is definitely a top. Like Four Gold Chains by Lil Peep, that beat is heavenly. Or even fucking the shit he produced for Lil B is like amazing. Who else? There's quite a few. I had me and Willie G might do something soon. Who else? Boudang's really good at producing. I've been trying to, like, you obviously heard his music and shit. He makes like the dark wave, like funky shit and like disco that shit. Really,
so long ago.
Yeah, I really fuck with that kind of stuff. Scrim's obviously a good producer. I wouldn't mind getting a beat from him. You know what I mean? Who else? I would say people like Gonnerville and Anvil, but I'm already tapped in with hella low-key producers who make beats literally just as good, so I guess they're not on the table as far as that shit goes. Fuck, who else? Oh, what's his fucking name? Steve... Is it Steve Sanders? No, D. Sanders. He produced a lot of stuff for Isaiah Rashad. Like, his beats are really good, too.
Hell yeah. Who's your Mount Rushmore for underground rappers?
Chief Keef. Chief Keef, fucking, Young Pappy. Who else? I really have to think because, like, there's a ton. Suicide Boys for sure. Peep, Corbin.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it, really.
Yeah,
if like I could go on and on, but
there's so many that just. I mean, it was such like a. Especially back in the day, it was so like it was just such an active platform.
Yeah.
Anybody who grew up in that time period, it was just like lucky because there was so many like new music genres hitting the scene. So
yeah.
Is there any music genres that you don't like or despise?
Fucking country music, like mainstream like blue jeans, cold beer, truck music. I fucking hate that shit. Like,
just like I don't know, they changed country music like it did not used to be like that.
Yeah, country music used to be hella like who's that one motherfucker?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, yeah, dude. Like that kind of shit. Like, fuck, I love that dude. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. the GOAT, man. I feel like another really bad genre that no one really talks about is like the like there's like a certain kind of pop music where it's like I don't know, they're like always trying to talk about like a girl, but they're not saying like a girl's name, they're just saying you, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I know
like
exactly what you're
Bieber
talking about.
Shit.
Yeah, it's
Justin Bieber type shit. It's like, man,
Justin Bieber, Kid Leroy type shit. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I the Kid Leroy is very successful, and like has like a #1 song or whatever, but like he showed so much more potential when he was like coming up.
Yeah, he mainstream shit. He fucking boxed himself in.
Literally. Just remember, like, what would you say, Calvin?
So he had potential.
He did have potential. He had
big time, yeah.
Same with Lil Tecca. Lil Tecca's not like bad, but
yeah,
it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gone too mainstream of a sound.
Very.
Have you ever let like films like ever like take inspiration for your music? Like you watch like some crazy movie and you're like, oh shit, like it's time.
Love this question. Yeah, big time. The Witch by Ari Aster. I think that's the guy. Midsummer, fucking amazing movie. The Ritual. It was on Netflix. It was like about that elk monster. Fucking That shit was a good movie. Blair Witch. What's Sunflower? It's a Japanese movie. Swiss Family Robinson, old Disney movie. That's like my favorite movie.
Shit.
Um, what's another good one? Fuck it, Transformers.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're in deep. Have you ever seen fucking House of a Thousand Corpses?
No, I haven't.
Movie is fucking crazy. I recommend that shit. And honestly, any Rob Zombie movie, if you're like very like, if you're into like trippy imagery, watch a Rob Zombie movie. It's fucking insane.
I'm gonna have to do that. Joe Bot was telling me about that. I have yet to tap in, but I will.
There's three of them. I think there's like the Devil's There's like House of a Thousand Corpses. There's like the Devil's Rejects, and there's like another one that they made, but like the third one's like kind of ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're into some cool ass movies. Movies are fire. I feel like nobody ever appreciates the weird ass movies. Like Cannibal Holocaust. That movie is a gem. It's like that movie is like I don't know. After like that movie was filmed, they arrested the director because they thought everybody in the movie like legit died.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Like you'll never see that shit in movies again.
Yeah. I think another movie that I forgot to mention is this movie called Chernobyl Diaries. That movie.
Crazy.
That movie is really good.
Have you seen Tusk?
No, I haven't. But oh my god, it looks hella fucked up, dude.
Dude, we watched that movie like together, and it was fuck man, it's bad.
Man.
Yeah, but I saw the previews for it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna stay away from that shit.
It's just sad after a while. Like it's
Yeah. Like I try not to delve into anything too depressive because I'm pretty sure I'm bipolar and shit, and like if I get down, I get fucking down, like down bad. So I try to stay with stuff that like will uplift me and like give me inspiration and like just positive shit.
Of course. Yeah, it's good to surround yourself with positivity.
Yeah.
Like I remember, there's definitely a time in my life where I listened to nothing but like depressing emo rap, and like I was like sad every single day.
Yeah, me too, bro.
So what you surround yourself with definitely uplifts you. Even if it's like sad lyrics on like a happy beat, it's still gonna uplift you and make you happy because it's a happy beat.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you fuck with Star Wars?
Dude, hold up. Let me turn on my camera.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So I have this rare Phantom Menace Darth Maul.
Oh
shit! Yeah, literally, bro.
That's fucking fire.
When I was a kid, literally growing up, like 4, 5, and 6, like Star Wars was my shit. Like I was Obi-Wan, Joe-Bot was Anakin. Like we used to put on our mom's fucking platform boots, like because they looked like Jedi boots, and like we used to wear her fucking robes, and like we obviously had lightsabers and shit. Like we're hella autistic with that shit for real.
Fuck yeah, bro! I remember those toy lightsabers were the shit.
Yeah.
I felt like the fucking man every time I pulled out one of those.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. And like, fucking Lego Star Wars, played all of those, bro. It goes fucking hard.
All those like old Lego games are mad underrated. The fucking Lego Batman is fire.
Yeah.
Star Wars is fire.
Yeah,
they
dude.
Had Lego Marvel superheroes at one point, and that game was fire.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god. Video games. That's another art form, bro. Like, fucking like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim, fucking Morrowind. What else? Like all the early Call of Duties. What's another fucking sick ass game? Project Zomboid is a good one.
Do you fuck with Super Meat Boy?
And I don't. Isn't that the red motherfucker who's like a cube with like the?
Yeah. And he's platforming on shit.
Yeah. Like old Flash games too. Old Flash games, bro. That was my shit.
Fire. I used to play like Sonic RPG and shit.
Yeah, dog.
Fuck yeah, I can't find that game anywhere. I've been looking for that game, dude. Sonic RPG was fire and it was fan made.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And the Flash Smash Bros. The fucking It's like it wasn't Smash Bros, but it was like they had all these like crazy ass characters like Naruto and Goku and shit.
Yeah. Shit, I used to play fucking like all the Sniper Assassin Flash games. I used to play like all the things, and it was like a kill room type of game. What else did I used to play? That was like my shit. Fucking goddamn! There's so many, dude. There's so fucking many.
There's so many. Like Newgrounds was fire.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Memory lane right there.
You ever fuck with Skylanders?
I don't think so.
They were fucking crazy. I used to be crazy over those things.
Same.
I had like I didn't get into it until like late. They already came out with like the Giants version, so I bought all the big ones.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. There's so many good video games. That's like a thing that's like there's so many games that are underrated that nobody ever talks about, like Def Jam.
Yeah, bro.
Amazing. Like I've loved all those games since I was a kid.
Yeah, dog. Like growing up, the first game system that I ever played was the fucking computer, and I used to play Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, and like Battlefield 1942. I still have Battlefield 1942 on my computer and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I was when I was a kid, dude. I used to be big into like World War II shit.
That's really fire. That's a good thing to be into. That's
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad had the original Xbox with the big ass Duke controller. That's what I used to play on. And I still have fucking up on my shelf. I have the Nightmare Before Christmas game. That game is fire.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Tim Burton movies?
Like, isn't on God, I haven't watched any of them. Like, I watched a little bit of Nightmare Before Christmas, but that wasn't really my thing when I was a kid.
I feel like your music would fit the vibe, like, very well. Like, if we were to play one of your songs in the back of, like, one of those movies, it would fit.
Like an AMV type shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good Tim Burton movies, and, like, there's even live action ones. Like, I'm pretty sure Beetlejuice is a Tim Burton movie.
Oh, yeah, then Beetlejuice, yeah, for sure.
Beetlejuice is fire as fuck. That movie is crazy as shit.
Yeah, well, recently I had, Evil Skinwalker and Scro. They pulled up, and we have a tape on the way, and, like, out where I used to live, there's a covered bridge, and, like, they were saying, like, bro, this looks just like the fucking Beetlejuice bridge where the couple, like, I swear to God, bro.
Oh my god. What's the, I want to hear, like, have you ever, like, tripped out on some shit and then, like, made music?
As far as, like, controlled substances?
Yeah. I'm not saying,
dude.
like, crack or anything, just, like,
nah.
psychedelics and shit, psychedelics and shit.
Yeah, no, the only type of drugs I ever fucked with was, I was a big fucking pothead up until recently. I would, like, making songs off weed it was always a magical experience. Yeah. I tried shrooms. I tripped once, and I microdosed for like a couple months. I definitely fuck with microdosing more because it's like not as fucking crazy strong, or fucking like you still get the magic from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there's some songs where like alcohol's a good mix. There's some songs where weed's a good mix. There's some songs where just sobriety. You know what I mean? Sobriety hits hard on some songs too. But recently I've been started vaping like a few months ago, and that's like been my shit recently.
Oh fuck yeah.
Bad habit.
Yeah, it's a terrible habit. I remember I vaped one time in 7th grade in a field. We sat around and we passed around this vape, and it was like it looked like a guitar pick. It literally looked like this. And that's what we were hitting. It was like this like onion looking vape.
You're hitting the Illuminati cart.
The Illuminati cart, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, bruh. Weed is my first love for real. Like, I remember being in like I first smoked weed when I was a junior, and like I remember there was this one time, bro, where like me and some homies, me and Joe bought some homies from school. We're like, it was a Friday, and we're like, bro, because the property I used to live on, it was connected to my grandparents, and they had this horse pasture, and like let's just imagine like a football field.
I know exactly what you mean. I've smoked in a pasture with my homies on a Friday night, bro. This is tripping me out.
So, like, in the middle of this pasture, though, it was, like, all a bunch of grass fields, but in the middle was, like, a small wooded grove. We're like, bro, let's have a fire. Let's cook some food and just smoke the fuck out. So we're like, all right, bet. And this was probably my, like, third time smoking. So we're all chilling there. We're all smoking it up. Bro, like, I smoke a whole joint like of some fucking, I think it was like critical mass or some shit, like some organ shit, dude. And I was zooted, like I was moving my hand through the air, and it felt like if the air felt like tiny Jello cubes.
That's a really accurate description.
Dude, the only reason why I kept on smoking after that is because I was trying to chase that fucking that one high, bro.
I got a story to tell. I remember one time, it was like my third time getting high. I was like 16. I'm about to be 18, just for reference. And I've never been a drinker ever. Like, my mom was an alcoholic growing up, and I've always been like super fucking scared of it.
Yeah.
But this particular night, my uncle came over, and he randomly offered me and my friends like fireball shots. So we were just like, fuck it. And we did the fireball shots. And then my other homie was like, I'm gonna have the plug pull up and we're gonna get weed. But I was so new to smoking, I didn't have anything to smoke out of. So we got a fucking apple at the grocery store, and we cut up the apple.
Yeah, dude.
And I like blacked out in the back of my homie's car. And I went up, like, to my mom's house, and I just slept on the couch. My mom found me. She was like, are you okay? And I was, like, about to cry. Crossfading is not fun.
No, it's not. There's times where I've, like, drank beer and, like, hard liquor and smoked, and, like, those are the only times I've ever thrown up.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Very bad.
Did you, what cartoons did you fuck with growing up?
When I was a kid, Dora, bro. For real, I fucked with like backpack, all that type of shit. Ninja Turtles, big time. Bob the Builder, Barney. But that's all like preschool type shit.
Yeah.
SpongeBob is obviously goated. What else? Fucking Johnny Test. Scooby-Doo, oh my god, the OG Scooby-Doo is from like the 1960s, bro. That's forever my shit.
I love those, bro. I feel like a show that nobody talks about that really impacted like comedy shows is Regular Show.
Yeah. I never got into Regular Show. I watched a few, obviously, just being on fucking DirecTV and shit.
It's
but,
fucking...
Rewatch it, man.
I watched the show when I was like 6 with my dad routinely, like every Friday, and then I went back and watched it when I got older, and I was like, holy shit, why did my dad let me watch this show as a kid?
It's so subliminal, too.
It is.
It's like the one SpongeBob episode where it's like, don't drop the doubloons, like, that shit flew over my head when I was a kid, but, like, looking back, it's like, don't drop the soap. I'm like, damn.
That show is still fucking funny, like, so many years later.
To this day. Another, not a cartoon, but a show that really impacted me from an early age was fucking Ghost Adventures, dude.
Oh shit.
I'm actually rewatching all the older, because like the older seasons are the best, like the new shit is washed, but that show big time. Like I have a bunch of like ghost hunting videos from like a couple years ago with like actual shit going on.
Oh shit.
Like Ouija board, like we had candles set up around this Ouija board, and like the flame started like moving in towards the Ouija board.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, my aunt used to live in this haunted house, bro. Like built in like the 1800s, and like that place was haunted. Like we'd be sleeping over there, and like we'd hear the pots and pans banging and shit, and we hear motherfuckers walking, and like we always felt like we're being watched and shit. I fuck with paranormal shit.
You fuck with paranormal shit. I feel like I fuck with paranormal shit, but it like, I don't know. I wouldn't want it living in my house, you know.
Yeah.
Paranormal stories.
Oh, bro, I got a shitload, bro. So, I think the first paranormal experience I've ever experienced, I was 5 years old. I was sleeping in my bedroom, and it was obviously shared with Jailbot. And this ghost of an older lady wearing a frog like nightgown with like the curlers in her hair.
Oh,
I remember Jailbot ran out and told her mom, "There's a lady in her room. There's a lady in her room." And she went running. She was like, "Oh shit, someone's breaking in." But like that was the first ghost experience that I ever experienced, and I think after that, like my family's like, not to sound new age or anything, but my family is very like sensitive to the shit, and so am I. So like there'll be times where like I'll be in like inside like a house and like I'll just like feel some shit.
I know exactly what you mean.
But no, that my aunt's house, bro. Like there's like when they were going to buy that place, like they were taking pictures of the outside and literally in the window they got a face of a little boy in the fucking window just peering out. Swear to God, dude.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
The paranormal effect, like, and you fucking with it, definitely had to have affected your music, right?
For sure. Like I don't know if it's still in my bio, but the term that I use a lot is living for the dead, because like I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens after you die. I don't know if we're reincarnated. I don't know if we go to a black void. I don't know if there's heaven. I don't know if there's hell. But you know, for me, whenever I'm feeling like down or like not inspired or anything like that, like I'll think of my ancestors, because like what they had to go through, like their lives are the reason why I'm alive. So paying homage to the dead, and like I've lost friends and shit who have passed on, and like I think the most important thing that I try to do in life with everything I do, not even just music, is just to honor their memory and just keep it alive.
Of course. I just lost somebody recently, man, so that was actually really good advice for me personally, because I'm trying to mourn with this shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, bro. I just lost my grandpa a couple months ago. That shit, it's, you know.
Yeah, it sucks, man. That's...
We're going through it right now, but, you know, we gotta live for them.
Exactly. That's how I look at it, too. You know what I'm saying? If I'm down, they wouldn't want me to be down. They'd want me to prosper and keep going.
Make them proud.
You have a really good message, like, just in general, and your vibe is very... We've interviewed a lot of people, and, like, you know, some people just don't have it. You definitely, like, have charisma, and you're not one-dimensional, and it's been, like... This has been, like, surreal-ass interview. It's been crazy.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Like, obviously that's an ego boost, but, like, you know, I really appreciate it. I try to... Like, sometimes I try to talk about it in music, but, like, my main message to the world is just to, like, you know, be positive and stuff.
That is such a good message. Like, there's so many people nowadays whose entire message is, like, fuck my fans, I fucking hate my fans.
Yeah.
And you're doing the exact opposite, which is, like, the best thing ever. The music scene is a very hard place to get into, to be accepted at, but it sounds like through and through you've been accepted the whole way, and I can definitely see why. Your attitude, everything, you're very into this, and you have a very niche, like, taste for everything, and I think it sets you apart from all the other artists, which is an amazing thing, because there's so many people that sound fucking the exact same, and you sound vastly different.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course, man. Of course.
Big time.
It's gotta be honest, like, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was mad nervous to, like, do this interview, because, like, it's on short-ass notice, because
Yeah.
I've only been doing this shit for, like, a month and a half, so we were like, oh, shit. But, yeah, no, we were chilling. This whole time we've been chilling.
I'm glad we did this.
I think I'm gonna end it here. This is a really good note to end on. But it's been awesome having you on this fucking show. I appreciate you doing it on such short notice. And if you have anybody to shout out, say what you want to say it now. Hello? Your mic's muffling.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I'd like to give a shout out to y'all. This is my first interview.
It's your first interview?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. This is quite the way to cap it off.
Yeah. So shout out y'all. Shout out all my ancestors. Shout out all the dead. All praise to the Most High. Thank you, God. Fucking. What else? Thank you, Nicotine. I'd like to thank all real quick. I'd like to thank Water. Water's hella goated. Who else? Shouts out all the Dying for Nothing boys. Love y'all. Shouts out my fucking brother. Shouts out my family. Shouts out everyone who listens, everyone who hates. It's all the same to me. And, yeah, I think that's it for shout outs.
Alright, bro. You have a good one, bro. We will catch you. I'm gonna make a story post to like promote this shit, so you'll see me tag you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna follow y'all back and like I'll periodically hit you guys up and like I'll try to stay in contact.
For sure, bro. Hell yeah. Have a good one, man.
Love y'all.
Love you too, man. Peace out.